Yo, hello there fellow collectors, welcome back to the channel. It is Evil Sneaker here, back with another figure review. If you haven't already, please hit that like button on your way into the video, hit that subscribe button while you're down there as well, and ring that bell to be notified to future content coming your way from me. So here we have Peter Parker, the Advanced Suit 2.0 from Spider-Man 2, the PlayStation 5 game, which I was not really even going to get any of the figures from this game. But then I played the game and Venom was announced, and once I saw just how awesome he was and how awesome the game was, I changed my mind and I ended up picking up this and Miles Morales, and I have Venom on pre-order as well. With this being a limited edition figure, definitely something I'm excited for to have this in the collection, as well as the Miles figure. I did not get the ones from the first game, so definitely a welcome addition to the collection. And I am really excited to showcase this one for you guys today. So let's take a look at this figure. So here he is out of the box, and this figure is dope. This color scheme on this figure really pops. The red with the blue and the white spider logo, just something that's very vibrant, definitely sticks out on the shelf. And this is actually my very first Peter Parker Spider-Man figure. Miles Morales, the upgraded suit, was my first Spider-Man figure, so I guess this is my second overall Spider-Man figure in the collection, but first Peter Parker. And yeah, I am not disappointed. It literally looks like they pulled this figure right out of the game and put it into a box. So I'll showcase more of the figure here later in the video, but next up I want to get to the accessories, and there are a lot of them. I'm pretty happy with the amount that they included, so let's get into looking at these really cool accessories for this figure. Here with the accessories all out of the box, as you can see, there are a ton of things included, but I do wish there were a couple things that they included more of, and I will get to that as I go through the different accessories here. But overall, you guys, this is something that I am pretty happy with, and there are a lot of different options for poses and displays, the different color webs, the spider legs, you can do the Spidey wings, obviously different hand poses depending on what type of dynamic pose you want Spider-Man in. So overall, I think this is a really nice set as far as the accessories go. So next, let's zoom in on these accessories here. Starting first, we have these webs over here on the left, and you get obviously the standard colored webs, and then you get these black webs, which are an important part in the game. And we have some updated webs here, and I am really liking these. It's really nice to pose these. They're really simple, and I'll show a pair of hands here in the second, but you get a good variation of webs here for this figure, which I like. I really like this black web that wraps around Spider-Man's arm. I think that makes for a really cool pose. And then we have these web shooting hands here. And I really like this option to swap out the palm pieces on each hand. They're labeled right and left, which is really nice to make it simple. And the webs attach right into the peg holes. And then we get the web wings, which are magnetic. I'm probably not going to use those, but nevertheless, they're a cool addition. And then we get this extra set of eyes. This is something that I wish they would have included more of. I wish we would have got a couple more sets of eyes to get some different looks from the game. And then the Spider Bot. This is an actual really cool piece. I love how the colors match really well with the figure. And he has this clear acrylic stand that he comes with as well. And he actually can move around a little bit on that stand. A very cool piece to include for sure. Something that I will have displayed. And then we get to these spider legs, which are absolutely my favorite accessory in the box. These things are awesome. They have multiple points of articulation. They're really easy to articulate. They look awesome. They're obviously a big part of the game. And then there are these 4 pegs that actually go into the holes on the back of the Spider-Man figure to take the place of the holes that the spider legs go into. They're raised a little bit away from the body, and they're somewhat hard to get out after you put them in. Not something I'm going to use right away because I'm going to have the spider legs on the figure for sure. And then I like what they do with this base here. I like the Advanced Suit 2.0 on the front. I love the Spider-Man 2 wording with the spider logo. Cool design on the plate here. Definitely something I'm going to use. And then we get these other multiple sets of hands, which obviously you need these with a Spider-Man figure with how posable he is, the different variations in posing that you can do. So definitely a welcome addition. So here he is posed up with this black web that wraps around his arm, something that like I said, is a cool accessory that they included. I really like this look. And then you can see on the back of the figure here where these peg holes are for the spider legs. That is something that I will be showing here later in the video. But yeah, I really love the ability to do these simple museum style poses with Spider-Man, or you can really get as dynamic as you want with all the accessories and all the articulation that this figure has. And here he is in a pretty simple dynamic pose here. You can see the web attaching into the peg from a distance here, which is really nice. Like I said, it's really easy to set up. And then you have obviously the dynamic flight pole here. I have the spider bot set up on the bottom. So again, you can get more dynamic than this. I'm not going to be doing that. And I know some people can do this a lot better than me as far as dynamic poses go, but I do think that this still looks really good. And now we have the dynamic duo from the game, Peter Parker and Miles Morales. I love how these two look together. I plan on doing a display with these two and Venom when he comes out. It is going to be sick. I cannot wait till that figure drops to get all three of these guys together. But with that being said, these two alone also look great. I really don't have anything bad to say about this pairing. If you like the game, this is really hard to resist. Here they are back to back. And one thing to mention is it's interesting because, you know, Miles jokes in the game that he is a little bit taller than Peter, but here he's a little bit shorter. Not really a huge deal to me either way, because I'm not going to be having them displayed just standing straight up like this, but I just wanted to mention kind of that fun fact here. And now here he is set up with these amazing spider legs. I absolutely love this look. This is definitely what I'm going to be doing in my display with this figure. These give this figure an incredible presence. The ratcheting articulation is also very satisfying. It makes a really nice clicking noise. If you know, you know. And the ratcheting also makes it so that you can really get these tuned into how you want them to look with the articulation if you're doing a dynamic pose or a simple pose. It's also really nice because you can swivel these relatively easy in the peg holes on the back of the figure. One thing that I was careful with, however, was I didn't really push them all the way in. I left a little tiny gap because I didn't want to put any pressure on the suit. The last thing is the tips of these are very sharp. You have to be careful not letting these come into contact with the suit or your finger because you could easily cut yourself or break the tip of the leg off. So overall, I'm really impressed with this figure. I am really happy that I changed my mind and decided to pick this up and the Miles, and also super excited to get that Venom in the future. I wanted to just give you guys a couple of close-up shots here. Again, just look how cool these spider legs are with all these different articulation points. They've got really cool detail. Like I said, pretty much everything in this figure, it looks like they pulled it just straight out of the game, which is something that I really, really appreciate because it definitely reminds me of the game and makes me feel about certain moments from the game when I see this figure. Now, like I said, never had any other Spider-Man figures until Miles and Peter, but I know this one is a little bit different as far as the first advanced suit from the PlayStation 4 game or the original game. But I really like how this spider logo stays inside of the blue on the front of his suit. I actually just prefer this look overall to the original advanced suit. Overall, I think anybody who gets this figure is going to be very happy with it, especially if you're a fan of the game or a fan of Spider-Man overall. For me, it's a bonus that video games are a soft spot for me, so it checks both those boxes. Let me know in the comments below, were you able to get this one? Is this one that you want to try to pick up even though it's pretty much sold out everywhere? Or are you simply passing on this one, not interested? Let me know down in the comments. And while you're down there, please don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and ring that notification bell so that you don't miss any future reviews coming from me. And last but not least, I want to give a shout out to Underground Figures. You can check them out by going to undergroundfigures.net. If you make an account on their website, you are eligible for no NRD pre-orders. They have great prices and double box all shipments free of charge. You can check out the description of this video for more details. Thank you all so much for watching, and until next time, remember, as a collector, with great power comes great responsibility. Collect carefully, everyone.